Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars, some of the world's biggest talents, and some of my favourite people. And a lady who's always a delight to see on the stage is Rachel Tucker, who has been in Wicked for many years and We Will Rock You. And she's now going back to Broadway to star as Elphaba in the Broadway production of Wicked from September. Good to talk to you, Rachel.
Hi, Alex, thank you.
You are delicious, firstly, can I say this? You're gorgeous and you knock it out of the park with this show. And let's face it, of all the West End leading lady roles, this is a proper one where you've got to have pure talent.
That's right. You've hit the nail on the head.
There's no faking it, is there?
There's no faking it. You can't get away with this role if you can sing a bit. So, yeah, you need lots of lung capacity and vocal folds that are very strong.
Help me with Defying Gravity, because that's the song they all look forward to. Do you look...
Help me with Defying Gravity. Could somebody?
What is it? Do we sort of run up to that thing and go, I can't wait, or are you fearful, or do you just have to get on with
Honestly,
it?
I'm not fearful of it. It doesn't scare me. I mean, it used to, I think, before I was in the show. And I think anybody that does do the auditions and then become part of the show and get the chance to rehearse properly in the right surroundings with the right people guiding you, the right people directing you vocally, the right people, showing you the moves that actually help sing the song when you're up in that, what we call cherry picker. I mean, it's amazing when you're surrounded with this stunning orchestra, when you've got sound that you could hear a pin drop, even in a massive auditorium. When all these elements come together and you can sing it, it's like it becomes so easy. Yeah. And I'm not saying that it is an easy song to sing. It's just when everything around you is right, it can be a beautiful thing.
And then we look at the fact that Wicked was this sort of out of the blue musical which took off and found this fan base, and I think it's created more stars of musical theatre, certainly leading ladies, than any other show in musical history. Your fans love it, don't they?
I know it is. Honestly, it's kind of like the decade that Wicked came. It's like it created something. I mean, I don't think I would be where I am today without Wicked, and that's the honest truth. I know I'd do anything helped, but I genuinely think it's been Wicked that has, as you say, has created this buzz about people, about ladies, about that. And it's something about the show that it'll let you. It's such a great showcase for young actresses and singers. So it is a brilliant decade for this. And if I was born 10 years earlier or 10 years later, this wouldn't be happening.
No.
That's the crazy thing, because I'd be too young or too old.
Yeah. Well, here's why I love it. You see, Elphaba and I have a lot in common, because I'm ginger and she's green, and we're both social outcasts. And you leave...
Excuse me, I'm red at the moment. There's nothing to do with carrot tops. No, I will not be here.
Did you just say carrot tops?
It's the new blonde, I'm telling you.
Strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
You've got to be careful, though, with gingers, because you know what they say, a rusty roof equals a damp basement. Do you know what I mean? No, but what it is it's a show of acceptance, and I think the reason so many young girls stand at that stage door is all we want to feel is part of a community and accepted, and that's what that show leaves you with, isn't it? That's the takeaway.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think parents are surprised at how much it either can change if they've got troubled teenagers or, even issues in their own lives.
Yeah.
That actually it reminds everybody that, everybody has that insecurity in them. I do too, and I can relate to Elphaba in certain ways. And everybody's got that. Oh, you know what? I will go against the grain, and I will be different. And this is who I am, and this is what I'm about. And people with anorexia realize that they've got this thing inside. It's the same with bullying, and I mean, it just goes across the board, and that's why I think it's such a universal message, and that's why it's worked in every country around the world.
I think the reason that you've played Wicked and Elphaba more times than anybody else in the West End is because you are that ultimate triple threat. You can't just sing and get away with it. You can't just act and get away with it. You've got to do everything, the dancing, the singing.
I noticed she didn't mention the dancing there.
Well, she doesn't do much dancing, does she really?
Have you seen my ballet? not quite. I mean, I can throw a couple of moves, but yeah, no. But bless you for saying, yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you.
It is one of those roles where you come away and you go, I don't know how you do it on a 2-show day. Can I ask that feeling at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday or Saturday when you know it's coming again and that truck is heading towards you on the motorway?
Well, it's like this. You wake up going, is this a good day, or is this there's kind of 4 levels. It's like, is this a good day or a bad day? Instantly.
Right.
If it's a bad day, you go, right, how bad is it? Now, by 2 o'clock, is it still as bad as now? And then you can kind of go, right, do I call in, call out? You know, if it's vocally, if I'm really knackered, or, you know, that you kind of, it's like 4 stages of going, yes, no, maybe, definitely not. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been a couple of times where I've went in when I should definitely not have went in, and, you know, and it's, you make a bad call, and you know, or you know, it just swings and roundabouts, and you just got to really take care of yourself, and if you're in on a not so great day, you just drink a lot more water, you just stop talking during the day, you just have to steam more often, maybe after the show at night a lot more, and you warm up sooner, you know, kind of more gentle warm. So it's just high maintenance. Yeah. This what then happens is it just consumes your whole life.
And then we add the pressure of going into the Gershwin in Broadway, and we look at that whole ethic, work ethic, theatre ethic. People deny it and they say that it's exactly the same as the West End, but it isn't. They push it to another level, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I will experience that when that happens. I can't say just yet, but what I can say is that from my first Broadway experience, the last shift last year, the Americans, they there's no kind of easing you in.
Right.
Your easing in process was the auditions.
Yeah.
You know, and then they want you to deliver yesterday.
Yeah.
They just want, you know, they don't kind of go, oh, she's having a bad day, or oh, you know, it's just like, you know, but we just need you to do it now. You know, there's no more practice. It's like your practice is the time to get it right.
Yeah. And
they kind of expect that as an actress, as a singer, and it's kind of like what we are a lot softer on over here, which I think in turn then makes it a little bit fluffier over here. Everybody they don't take it just as seriously as I think the Americans do, and the Americans study for like 6 years at college, and we don't have the same. You know, it is very different, and they see it quite differently.
It is a business over there as well, and
it's more so a business, I think. Yeah.
And then I ask you the question, why you? They could have picked anybody to take over the Broadway leading role, and they chose you. Do you question that, or do you just get on with it?
I'm still scratching my head. No. I'm waiting for them to find out. No, but I think honestly, what's happened is that, you know, obviously when I was in Wicked London, I would have loved a Broadway transfer, but it's so expensive. Also, logistically, it's like it doesn't make sense unless there's an American coming over and that there's an equal work opportunity for both Americans and English, Irish, you know. So there has to be a good enough reason, or there has to be a director or producer that really wants to make it work. And I just so happened to be working with the director of Wicked in the last shift. So he's the same director.
Right.
So because Joe got to work with me, I feel, on a brand new show, and me as an individual actress and not just another Elphaba.
Yeah.
He's got to see what I do and who I am, and I think really who I am as a person. If I had been a bit of a loser, then I would never have had this opportunity to come over. So I had a chat with Joe after we got our closing notice the last ship, and he said, listen, we'll make this work, I'll get you back for, you know, it was just like that. It was a conversation, and he spoke to David Stone, the producer, and they agreed. And you know, the financially what they're putting up for us is crazy, and so they must like me enough to do it for me and my family to come over to Broadway again. It is crazy to think about, you know, who pulls the strings, who says yes, who says no, and that's it. Either a massive change in my career or not.
Well, let's say two things. Firstly, they can afford it because they're generating about $2 million a week on Broadway. That shows the success of the show. But secondly, it is a huge pain in the arse to get anybody from West End to Broadway. So you must be worth it. You have to embrace the compliment.
Well, I mean, I thank you. I hope so, and you know, I still have to earn it when I get over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the longest leading lady in the West End business. They don't care, do they?
Cut it. They're like, okay, come on then, Tucker.
Yeah.
Earn your visa. Come on.
What I will say about that theatre and that production is it is superb, and the sound is incredible in there, and I think it again will inspire you to go to a new level, and I can't wait to see you in October with it, because there's nothing more thrilling than seeing your name on a billboard on Broadway.
I know, it's crazy. I'm so excited. We fly tomorrow. I start rehearsals on Thursday. I mean, no rest for the wicked, as they say.
There you go. Is it exactly the same show, or are there differences in the script, etc.?
Just like they say chalkboard instead of blackboard, and you know, that stuff. That's it. And of course with an American accent.
How's that going?
As you heard, not so good. So I will have to. Yeah, I'll have to take a bit more time on that, because even during singing like Wizard and I, and there's a couple of I'm saying part instead of part or whatever. You know, I just need to kind of get my head around the accent again, and the American accent.
Well, don't fear. By Friday, you'll have about 4,000 people surrounding you, telling you exactly how to do it.
I know. It's all just going to be. It's just going to be all go from Thursday. That's it.
Let's leave Wicked for a second. We'll come back to it at the end. We should say that Rachel Tucker will be starring in Wicked on Broadway at the Gershwin Theatre. When do you open?
15th of September.
Well, not long then. A couple of weeks you'll be there, and you're there until...
mid-June next year.
Oh, fantastic. So it literally is a full life move. We aren't just staying in the premiere inn.
No, we're really not. No.
We should go back a few months, because you've been on Broadway before. You made your debut, as you say, in The Last Ship. How thrilling is it, firstly, to know that you're in a creation process of a new Broadway show, and then how depressing is it when it shuts?
Oh, I mean, it is like being given £1 million, and just when you're at Macy's ready to spend every penny of it, they just take it away.
Yeah.
It was quite literally like golden ticket moment when I got the phone call. I mean, they flew me to New York for a final to audition in front of the whole creative team, and to also audition with Michael Esper, who was the lead of the show, and he was definitely in the show, and to see what the chemistry was like, and I on the plane on the way over, I remember saying to myself, there is no way I've got this job as long as I don't up the audition.
Yeah.
As long as I just give everything and I felt so prepared, so ready for it. It was like, this is mine. This is actually my job. I wasn't nervous. I was so ready for it, Alex. It was like I'd never kind of felt this absolute at ease with myself about a job. And so therefore I went in with great confidence.
Yeah.
But I only got this great confidence from doing the research, doing the work, really put myself through it before I went.
Mm.
Then I could relax and do whatever they wanted me to do at that audition. So once I came out of the audition, I thought, if I haven't got this, I don't know. I'll never work again, because that was like, you know, the best time at an audition I'd ever had. And so I got the phone call, and it was like, yes, that's it. That was how you make. That's how you make work. That was what I needed. You know, it's kind of like, but it's so high. The level, the standard, the expectation, everything is at such high stakes. It's unbearable. Like, you couldn't live your life like that. You know. So and then working with Sting and Joe and Stephen Hoggett, who's like the biggest choreographer, the best thing I've just happened to work with. He's incredible. To have all these creme de la creme creatives get the best out of me, that was another extraordinary. And creating this role that I've never created a role before. And then, you know, we opened and mixed reviews, and that was the start of, oh God, I don't think this is, you know, really, I mean, we honestly, in troubled times as it is on Broadway, like, and everywhere, you know, you need absolute rave reviews to stay open. And
is it troubled times? Just to interrupt there a second, is it troubled times? I hear that about the West End and I hear that about Broadway, but it seems like the big ones are doing better than ever. The first £250 tickets just been offered in the West End for Elf. I mean, are the biggest surviving and the smaller people are closing? Is that what's happening?
Well, I think it is. It's kind of the survival of the fittest, and also it's like you generate whenever a show's so well long running, and it's such an attraction. People go, but if you're going to spend £200 or $200 on a ticket, you want to be guaranteed of a great night out.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't want to doubt. Oh, should I really? So you go, okay, well then let's go back to Lion King. I know we've seen it, but we know we're guaranteed.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's a new show, got mixed reviews. It's so difficult in this time unless you've got rave review. And so once I saw the the reviews, and then they were still kind of, no, we're fine, we're good, come on, we'll get through this. And then I saw the houses, and it just then made me think, oh God, I don't think this is really going to last. Then once Sting came in, I kind of knew that was a short-lived life, because he had to go off on tour and there was only so long that can. So yes, it was a slow heartbreak, slow heartburn, and then they give us our notice, and we had 2 weeks to kind of just cry and get our head around it, and our stakes are so much higher because we come all the way across the world with family, everything, and so I mean everybody's stakes are high, but we hit our whole life across the Atlantic. So
I hate to ask this question because you shouldn't, but if you were asked again to take another brand new show and open it and research it, would you? You would do it
instantly.
Right.
Instantly. That's my job. It's what I strive on. It's what I love. I mean,
even considering the risks and the inconvenience to the family.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Instantly. It's not even. I wouldn't even consider the other way around. As long as my family were with me,
Yeah.
It's not even negotiable. It's like it's what I live for. It's to create a role and to be part of a brand new show with an exciting creative team and see what we make of it, see what the audience make of it. And regardless, I have to say, that financially the last shift didn't work. It was a stunning show, and it had its faults, like every show, but it just didn't sit with an audience. But it was a beautiful show to play and sing, and Sting's music was stunning, and I was very, very proud to be part of it.
Just goes to prove, no matter how big the star, there are no guarantees.
No, absolutely none.
I wonder whether the reason you're so normal and nice and generous with your fans is because of your family. Without that, it's a tough business to survive in, isn't it?
Yeah. You can become very consumed in yourself and it. If you've got nothing else other than that, then that's your life, and that's fine. I mean, but you can't see how consumed you're becoming if you've got nothing else other than this life and world. And
it's a really interesting way to phrase it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's a bit like women who are afraid to go and have a child in this business. It's like, just do it. You will never know. It works. It just works. It will always work, because that's more important than your show, and you won't know this until you try it,
Yeah.
And it's like catch-22,
You've survived and proved you can do it. It is a year out of your life to create the rest of your life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, and it's the joyous year, the best job you'll ever have in your life. And,
do you think producers and directors get nervous when sort of 30-something women come into the show that they're going to lose them or that they might have babies?
I think they think about it, but I don't think it stops you getting a job.
Right.
I really don't, and you can't think like that either, because I mean, I was my third contract with Wicked, and I genuinely, it was like a light bulb moment. I didn't stay in my third contract to have a baby, but I knew it was my last contract.
Right.
That's maybe what pushed me to start trying. But they can't get nervous. I mean, they have enough money to cover maternity. It can be a bit of a pain, but like any job, it's like they have to work around it. And I think they think much bigger than that. I don't think it's a worry at all.
Oh, there's got to be a bigger picture in life as well. It can't be.
I think that's exactly. I think it is. I mean, I'm sure they're chatting. Oh, she's pregnant, and I'm sure the powers above all have this. Oh God, here's another one. But like in a kind of nice enough way. But they know it's not a big. that Piccadilly.
We've done this really the wrong way round. We started talking about Wicked, which is happening now, and we're going to end by talking about I'll Do Anything, which is how we got to know you. That was a fortuitous break in your career. I mean, you say that Wicked made you as an actress, but I suppose I'll Do Anything gave you the platform to get Wicked, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody that knows me, I mean, I you know, you don't tell these stories all the time, but I had 2 or 3 auditions with Wicked prior to I Do Anything. And what a lot of people don't know is that I had to decide between my final of Up at Andrew's house at his estate to find out if we'd get on the live shows, and my final for Wicked.
Oh, wow.
On the same day.
Good Lord.
On the same day. So all the Americans were over expecting me to be at this final. And it was the year and a half before it actually went in, and then the I Do Anything. And I just thought, again, that kind of feeling in my heart of hearts, in my gut, I knew I would play Elphaba.
Right.
Because I got so close the year before, and I knew they were interested, but I obviously had to, you know, prove that I could do it and go through all the auditions. But I just thought, I need this platform regardless of what I feel about Wicked. I need this showcase, and it's kind of, if this works for me, it will really work. It'll be great. You know, our Wicked hopefully will be down the line. I did take a gamble. I did take a risk.
And in terms of auditioning for anybody in the world, is the Lord the most terrifying? He is when he doesn't really love you. when he doesn't, you know, when you're not his like absolute cup of tea with 2 sugars in it. Right.
It's a little bit off-putting.
He can be a little cold, can't he?
It can be a little bit like cold tea. Yes. If we want to put it that way. So, but if you're an absolute favourite, then it's lovely. Then
right.
It's absolutely, I won't say no more.
Yeah. No, that says it all. What an amazing life and career you've had, and it's going from strength to strength. I think the reason that you lasted so long in the West End as Elphaba and you're now going to Broadway is because you're a personality. That role has to have backbone, character, spirit, and balls, doesn't she? I mean, Elphaba is a character.
Yeah, she is. She really has got her own energy, her own life, her, you know, questions about life, and she stands up for herself, and you know she just takes the world on her shoulders at all times, and you know, is always on guard, always defensive, aggressive, and you know, that's the when she finds Sierra to let that guard down for the first time. It's pretty special, you know. It's a lovely moment in the show, and then actually finding a true friend in life through Glinda. It is a lovely turnaround.
I really think they've got the mix right in that show of laughs with the beauty of the set and the lighting, and then of course the cast, who have to be amazing because it's operatic in places, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is beautiful, and segues from sing to dance to music to, you know, it's just stunning, and the lighting and just the whole atmosphere of it. It is magical. There's something just magical about Wicked.
You always, as a journalist, leave your best question to last, and I'm going to do that now, Rachel. 15 years I've been talking to the stars of the West End, and you've been avoiding me. What's been the problem? Why don't you like me? What is it?
I have never had a request from you for an interview. So I was thrilled. I thought I was out of the club. I thought I wasn't in your club.
It's your PRs. They always say, no, she's got far more interesting people to talk to than you. That's what they say.
Well, this is my first, and I was like, absolutely.
Rachel, it's so lovely to talk to you. You are a phenomenal talent. You're going to go from strength to strength, and I know Broadway's going to love you because they don't suffer fools. If you're no good, you'll be sent home on the plane. You've no risk of that because you are brilliant. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Alex. Cheers.
Wicked's on at the Gershwin Theatre on Broadway, opening middle of September through until 2016. Rachel Tucker, great to talk to you.
Thank you, Alex.